Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Tracy and Alan are in a Parisian bar. She asks what or who he is looking for. Alan merely wonders if Martin came there before meeting Ashley that night. He wonders if he was a regular and if anyone thought he was his late brother. He doesn't know what that might look like. Tracy warns that what he discovers could be worse than what he already knows. Alan believes that someone is owed an apology. Tracy assures him he is not his brother and encourages him to forgive himself. Tracy wonders if this will bring him peace of mind. Alan goes on about Martin being so sick. He had no idea how horrible it was. Tracy feels he should stop abusing himself. What he put Ashley through. He hates that. There was a time they shared everything. Tracy can't imagine what he's going through, but is happy to listen. It's the least she can do after all he's done for Ashley. Alan gushes about how deeply kind Tracy is, and tells her he's not sure he can forgive himself or Martin. Tracy says Martin's mental illness was not Alan's fault. You can't go back and change history. All you can do is change how you feel about it now. They go over him witnessing his brother's death. She points out that grieving is a process. Alan knows she's right. Tracy teases that she's created characters who are psychologists and maybe should have a degree. Alan marvels about her being such a beautiful woman with a fascinating career. He needs to hear about her. At the tack house, Victoria and the kids make a list of what they want to do this summer. Victoria says Claire has a list of movies she thinks they'll love. Katie just remembered she has friends to see. They can have movie night without her. Victoria asks her to give her new sister a chance. Katie snarls, "What's the point?" She questions why Claire has to live there. Isn't she a nanny for the Abbotts? Couldn't she live with them? At the ranch, Victor tells Nick that he and Nikki are incredibly proud of the man he has become. Nikki shares this sentiment. Nick thanked his parents. Victor inquires whether he has spoken with Victoria about rejoining him at Newman Enterprises. Nick didn't think he needed to because she had consented to go to Newman Media with their mother. Victor reminds him that this is not what he wants. Nikki sniffs, "Are you suggesting that what I want is unimportant?" Victor claims to care about what Nikki wants. They simply differ on this. Nikki claims that giving it to Adam is a major red flag. She needs to return to work. Victor questions why they're fighting over this. Nikki complains that Newman Media is her domain, and he's saying Nick sides with his mother. Victor's irked that he just expressed his gratitude, and now he's arguing with him. Nikki says their son values both of his parents and her opinion. Victor thinks the only side is what's best for Newman Enterprises. Nikki rants that nothing is ever easy with Adam. No one knows that better than Nicholas. Nick agrees with both of them, but feels his mother should be able to go back to work if she wants to. Victor says it's not happening. End of discussion. With that, he walks out of the room. Audra finds Kyle at the club bar and notes he left the meeting at the ranch without telling them his answer. Kyle says working together requires trust. Audra suggests they start with mutual tolerance. Kyle says, "Not with you." Audra asks why he didn't tell Victor no right away. Kyle was trying to be polite, but he thinks she already knows his answer. No way in hell. Audra tells Kyle she tried to tell Victor he'd be a hard sell. Kyle says it's not a negotiation. He wonders if the mustache knows about their history. What makes him think they should team up? Audra feels it doesn't matter. She knows a good opportunity when she sees it. Kyle thinks this is all about money and a power grab for her. Audra counters that only someone born into it would make it sound so petty. She tells him this would be their own company to run as they see fit. Won't you even consider it? Kyle wants to know what she is up to. Audra swears she has no agenda, while Victor hinted that he is unhappy and may be open to new opportunities. Kyle doesn't want to go from bad to worse. Audra says they could dominate at Glissade. Victor promised to be a silent partner and expressed great faith in him. Most importantly, that's not a man you want to say no to. Kyle wouldn't be turning down working with him. He'd be saying no to working with her. Is he supposed to forget about all of her deceptions? She claims they pull things on each other. Audra asks what she can do to change his mind as Diane walks in. She finds it interesting that they have. Audra tells Diane she approached Kyle to make amends since she's experienced some good fortune. Diane snarks at her about Tucker. Audra says he's the past and she's starting fresh. Diane says she knows from experience the only way is to succeed in spite of him. Audra says she's highly motivated. Diane wonders if she's highly motivated or desperate. Audra decides to leave. Diane asks Kyle what is going on and what exactly Audra wants him to keep an open mind about. At the tack house, Victoria tells Katie they're not going to throw Claire out of her home. She knows she's sad about losing the other house, but they have each other. Johnny pleads for Katie to cut Claire some slack. Just then, Victor arrives and greets his grandchildren. Katie tells him she misses her home. Victor reminds her the ranch once burned down as well, but they built a new life. They sit, and Victor asks them how it feels to have a new sister. Johnny says she seems nice. Victor says she's very sweet and has always wanted a sister like Katie to love. Katie asks, "Really?" Victor goes on about how it feels to grow up feeling lonely as he did. They must embrace Claire, love her, and make her part of the family. Nick and Nikki walk into society, with her fuming about Victor refusing to listen to her. Newman Media is her jurisdiction. Nick admits him wanting Adam that doesn't sit right. Maybe he thinks there's tension between him and his brother. Nikki wonders if that's actually the case. In Paris, Alan asks Tracy to start from the beginning. Tracy laughs at him, calling her family a dynasty. Talk turns to her performing with Danny Romalotti. Alan's impressed. Tracy says she was sheltered by her brother and sister, so it was a freeing time in her life. When their mother walked out on them, her father was their rock. It was his boundless love for the three of us that really made him a giant. After he was gone, they became the Three Musketeers. Now, she's worried she let Ashley down since she experienced childhood trauma. It's haunted her for her entire life, and now it's haunting her. Alan supposes neither one of them is good at taking a night off of ruminating about their siblings. Tracy's sorry she brought the mood down. She has been worried. Alan cannot be sure that the alters emerged during Ashley's childhood, though the vast majority of cases of DID come from ongoing trauma. They decide they need to stop torturing themselves and believe it will get better. They joke about being a support group and start sharing some laughs. They agree they'll get through this. Alan tells Tracy that Ashley's lucky to have a sister like her. He suggests they have another glass of wine and maybe he can convince her to sing a rock song. Tracy laughs that she'll take the wine and a rain check on the song. In society, Nick tells his mother he and Adam have never been in a better place. Part of that may be because he feels for what he's going through with Connor, but he's never once shirked his duties at Newman because of it. Nikki wonders if Victor's offering this opportunity as a distraction for Adam. Nick feels that doesn't make sense. Working as a team has been successful, and now Victor wants to break it up. Nikki worries he's displeased with her work. Nick reassures her. Nikki asks what it is then. Why is he so determined to make all of these changes? Nick suggests they take a step back and let his dad have this one. He's hyper-protective of her. If he thinks she needs more time, nothing will change his mind. He thinks, if they're being honest, Adam is the best choice for Newman Media. Nikki wants to go back to work, but Victor's agenda is getting in the way. Nick says he's not going to admit there's more to it. He suggests she focus on her charity work. Nikki won't be able to think about Adam, who will never want to leave if he gets in at Newman Media. The kids depart the tech house, and Victoria praises Victor for acting on Claire's behalf. She only wants her family to live in peace. Victor believes that everything will work out in the long run. Victoria asks, "How about Newman?" She wants to know why he does not want Mickey back at Newman Media right now. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe my Media to our channel and stay with us.